Transformative education happens not just in classrooms, laboratories, and libraries.
Throughout the university's history, our gymnasiums and playing fields have been the sites of wins and losses, but also of lifelong friendships formed and lifetime lessons learned.
If I could send a message to the donors, I'd thank them for everything, because I do everything that I do on this court because of them. I'm able to use these facilities to the best of my ability, and I'm able to do well in sports and academics because of them.
Can you hear me? Good evening and welcome inside R.A. Fagnall Hall. I'm Bill Downing, joined by Andy Yakum and Bill Law at the helm of Suncom.tv. You're watching via the CCIW network, Elmhurst University's athletics YouTube page. You can find us on X, Instagram, and Facebook. Non-conference tilt here at R.A. Fagnall Hall here on the beautiful campus of Elmhurst University. And Andy, it's going to be the Kalamazoo College Hornets coming in from Kalamazoo, Michigan, taking on the Elmhurst University Blue Jays. Blue Jays coming off a really tight battle against WashU, a nationally ranked team, always is very tough. Losing by 13. But this team is up and coming, and for the Hornets, they're just trying to find a way to get a win this season.
Yeah, and you look at over the weekend in St. Louis, Bill, that was 4 different teams, WashU, Benedictine, Rose-Hulman, and you mentioned even though a nationally ranked team losing by 13, Benedictine, when they played WashU, they lost by over 30. So you're trying to look at how good that team is, and that shows how well these Blue Jays can hang and fight early. It's the fun part about non-conference action. And a bit of a rare tilt as well, an out-of-state opponent, and a 5 o'clock tip here locally in Elmhurst on this fine Wednesday.
Well, you're going to keep an eye on Kristen Bukata and Anna Klasinski, which are their big guns here on the Elmhurst University women's basketball roster. They're 1-1, and that buzzer means we're sending it down to courtside for tonight's opening ceremonies. Hornets and Blue Jays coming up next.
5'7" junior number 20, Ruby Hogan. 6'1" senior number 22, Lauren Elmhurst. 5'8" junior number 24, Taylor Linda. 5'7" freshman number 42, Michaela Allen. And 6'5" senior number 44, sophomore number 34, Rose Bauman. Hornets are led by head coach Brian Clark. And now the starting lineup for your Elmhurst University Blue Jays. 5'6" junior number 2, Maya Lewis. 6'5" freshman number 5, Natalie Robinson. 5'7" junior number 10, Kristen Bukata. 5'6" junior number 21, Natalie Hardy. And 5'11" senior number 24, Anna Kolazinski. Blue Jays are led by assistant coaches by Marshall Roddick and Morgan Frank. Head coach of the Blue Jays in his second season is Cameron Tucker.
All right, we got our starting lineups. And Andy, it looks like it's the Blue Jays are going to go with their bread and butter. They're going to start their normal ones that we know. Maya Lewis is going to be starting. Natalie Robinson, the freshman, has come off, very, very quickly. Looks like she is going to be a star, and she's only a freshman. Then you got Kristen Bukata, Natalie Hardy out of Missouri, and Anna Klasinski, which we talked about prior to coming on to the air. You got to be careful with her. She is somebody that will shoot the lights out from outside, and she'll hurt you from the free throw line. We are underway. Blue Jays be going left to right. Here's Bukata between the rings. Going to move toward the near elbow. There's Hardy. Drops it down. Klasinski, 10-footer. That's no good. Bukata doing what she always does. Right in the middle. Klasinski drops this one back to Hardy. Near side, that's Lures. And then how about that? Hardy just a little too strong for the Blue Jays. And here's the Hornets' first possession. And wide open down low is going to be Elise Bogman, the 6-foot sophomore out of Kalamazoo. And Lures goes coast to coast, and she'll be fouled. Well, that fast break, you can't let somebody leak out like that for quick, easy points.
Yeah, and we'll see how quick these teams want to play here tonight, Bill. You talk about the first 3 games for Kalamazoo this year. In 2 of their 3 games, they've scored under 40 points. They do really well inside the perimeter, and right now you're seeing that in transition on the previous bucket.
Maya Lures, the 5'6" guard out of Temple, Terrence, Florida. Went to Brooks DiBartolo Collegiate High School. Looking to tie this one up and makes 1 of 2. Vanderstelt, the 6'1" senior out of Plainwell, Michigan, with the board for the Hornets out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Kazoo, home of the K-Wings, down at the K-Wing Stadium. That one almost stolen. And I'm very surprised to see Kristen Bukata already laid out on the court, because she is somebody that I've seen almost a broken nose. I've seen a swollen ankle. She plays through it all. She is a consummate professional and wants to play no matter what. And she's a gritty player. And if you want to get down and dirty in the paint, she's one that will join you. Here's Hogan. Left of the lane. That one no good. That should be a shot clock violation, and it is. Good D set up by the Blue Jays.
And like I mentioned earlier, you credit what Elmhurst was able to do there, keeping them inside the perimeter. This is a team that doesn't shoot well from deep. 6 of 54 is Kalamazoo from downtown in their first 3 games this season. That's where you want to force a lot of those shots early in this first half.
Well, the Blue Jays, after a little bit of a slow start, now up by 1, 3-2 here in the first. Game 1 of our doubleheader, men's action. They'll welcome in the Raiders of the Milwaukee School of Engineering. There's a floater in the paint. And that may be Bukata on the foul on Michaela Allen, the 5'7" freshman guard out of Vicksburg, Michigan. She'll go to the line for 2. And that's one of the things that I think the Blue Jays also, Andy, need to be careful is early foul trouble. You know, the Hornets know that the road to success is you've got to go after their bigs. And that one right there, Natalie Hardy, the 5'6" guard out of Eureka, Missouri. Her family sits right down in front of us every game. That's another one that you got to be careful. Blazinski not afraid to shoot between the rings. And now you've got Hardy on the near side. Lures, dribble drive, finds nice outlet right there, and that's Natalie Robinson. We're talking about the freshman out of Portage, Indiana. She was wide open as Lures drew the double team and found Robinson wide open. Dangerous pass that time over to Hogan. Hogan tries to penetrate right of the lane. Here's Lures. Lures to Robinson. Lures. Three from the corner. That one blocked up. And let's see who.
They're going to call a foul on the floor here, Bill.
Wow.
The Jays get away with one. They had two shooters wide open on the right side of the floor.
Sure did.
But instead elected to keep it in the corner. So we thought that was the original call from the far side official in front of the Kalamazoo bench, but now that's being overturned.
Yeah, now, and they're calling that one on the Blue Jays because it looked like the shot went up, Andy, and it was blocked, and they both went for it out of bounds. And the foul is going to be on Lures, and that's going to be her first. Hardy with the other foul, team second.
We see for Kalamazoo, Samaze Robertson, the freshman guard, number 10, the first sub, in for head coach Ryan Clark here this afternoon.
Trying to add a little bit of speed, and she's dangerous from the outside. They'll drop that one down low. Robinson, good cover that time on Vanderstelt. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They already have one shot clock violation. Looking for number 2, and that's going to be a travel. Good pressure by the Blue Jays as far as defense. And it's funny because they were kind of converged all close to the paint, and all of a sudden just like the swarm spread out and was forcing the Hornets farther and farther away from the basket, and that was almost a second shot clock violation if it wasn't for the travel. Blazinski, top of the key for 3. That one hits the back iron. Robinson couldn't get the board. Good positioning for the Hornets. And Blazinski swats that one away, and that's going to be a foul on Bauman, the 6-foot sophomore out of Kalamazoo.
I think we've learned, not only from this season, but in her first couple of years here, Bill, that Klaczynski's not afraid to let it fly. She's been in 20-plus points in each of the first 2 games this season. She was 11 of 22 against WashU over the weekend and played in all but 1 minute of that game.
Yeah, she's somebody that she does not like coming out of the games, but they had to give her a blow. I mean, there was just no way. She was totally gassed. Here's Bukata. Nice move. Nice spin move. Right of lane. Count it. Christian Bukata. 5'7" guard out of Valpo, Indiana. Continues her hot streak. It's hard to believe she's only a junior. She's got another year here. CCIW, a lot of the schools wish she would graduate. She has been a thorn in a lot of people's side. And that's going to be another turnover. Again, good pressure by the Blue Jays D. And Aaron passed that time from Bowman, trying to collect Robertson. She said she was just recently inserted into the contest.
A short stay for Taylor Dinda, the 5'8" junior guard, checking back in, one of the 5 starters here tonight for Kalamazoo. Couldn't have been on the bench for more than 2 minutes.
Blue Jays shooting 43%, 25 for the visitors from Kazoo. Here's Bukata. Kicks it out, Hardy. Blazinski. Near side, here's Lures. Left-handed dribble. Just shy of the free throw line. Now Hardy. Robinson kicks it out. Hardy for 3 off the back of the iron. No good. Bukata knocked down. And it's unfortunately going to go off Lures. No, make that Robinson's hands. But again, they are starting to clean up on that board. The Hornets having a really, really hard time trying to get rebounds, and it's just good boxing out right now by the by the Blue Jays, and right now they're wanting it more on the boards.
And that should convince them to take more threes. They're 0 of 3 from beyond the arc so far, very early in this opening quarter, but not only is getting those looks down low more of a reason to shoot more, but they're going to fall eventually. That's just how this team operates.
Agreed. Yeah, if you can control the boards and you're not shooting well, that's something almost poked away by Bukata. Yeah, if you can control the boards, that really changes a lot of things as far as your mindset and your game plan. Here's Moyer. Robinson, elbow, free throw line, shot up, good.
That's just how Kalamazoo is going to go to work here in this first half. They're an offense that likes to try and find the highest percentage look. That's why they've gone so deep into the shot clock a couple of times.
Krasinski trying a second three, nothing but net. Krasinski, downtown St. John, Indiana is where she's from, and she shot that one from the corner. How about that one? She is good. Got that one from top of the key, like I said, from St. John, Indiana. I think she could have made it from there. She had a really good look. You give her that much time, 9 times out of 10, that one's going down. 10-6, we score. Robinson fighting for it, but it's going to go off. It's going to go off Robinson. They thought maybe Vanderstel touched it last, and we have a timeout. So let's take a look at shooting percentages. Now they're pretty even, 44 to 40%, led by Elmhurst. 4 of 9 from the field for the Blue Jays, 2 of 5 for the Hornets. 3-point percentage, 25%, 1 of 4. The Hornets have yet to take one from downtown, but you're right. You talked about it. You said high percentage shots. Sometimes a three shot is not where their high percentage is, and we saw it right there when Robertson moved up from the elbow to the free throw line and shot that one nothing but net. So that's probably, like you said, we're going to see a lot of that.
I'll be intrigued to see, Bill, how many three-pointers they take, not only in this half, but in this game as a whole. Like I mentioned earlier on, they're 6 of 54 their first 3 games from downtown this season. Just hasn't been a sweet spot for them, and that's just something they've had to adjust to. And one thing you mentioned, looking at the team stats on both sides of things, a couple of things that won't show up in the box score. You mentioned the offensive rebounds, that will, but the hustle points, you saw it there on that loose ball. Got a couple of bodies and a couple of Blue Jays on the floor going after it. They're winning those hustle points right now, and it's a reason why they're ahead by 4.
Good analysis there, Andy. And Andy, you're a local. You're from
Bartlett.
Bartlett.
Yep.
Bartlett High School?
South Elgin.
South Elgin. Nice.
Go Storm.
Yeah, I've got relatives that used to live in Elgin. I love that area. Just very special area. And that's going to be a second shot clock violation again. Really nothing they can do. That was Ruby Hogan out of Cedar, Michigan, trying to make something out of nothing. And another wasted trip for the Hornets down the court. We'll see what the Blue Jays can do here. Krasinski lures. Now Hardy. That's Bukata on the far wing. They'll get it to Lures between the circles. Now Krasinski, not afraid to shoot from anywhere outside. There's Bukata for 3. 5 on the shot clock. Misses it. Tries to track down her own rebound. Vanderstel. Here's the Hornets in transition. Hogan with it. She stopped. Long 3. We were just talking about that. That one no good by Vanderstel, but the Hornets able to clean up the offensive board and make it a 2-point game, 10-8.
Yeah, that's Sophia Moore out of Brighton, Michigan, a 5'9" sophomore guard doing the dirty work down low, getting the positioning, and a much-needed second chance bucket for the Hornets.
3:13 left here in the first, 10-8 Blue Jays. Here's Bukata, nice left-handed dribble drive, shot up, tried to use the glass, didn't fall. Bukata following her shot, that one didn't work. That was Hogan again with another offensive board. Hogan only 5'7". She's acting like she's about 6'5" down low. Here's Moore. Back up top, Vanderstel. Moore with it, Vanderstel. 7 on the shot clock, 2:36 on the game clock. Another 3, Vanderstel. That one hits the front of the Iron no good. Follows up her shot. Back underneath. Kicks this one out for a 17-footer from the left wing. That one no good. That shot by Voss. Now the Blue Jays, I think they need to regroup a little bit. Their rebounding right now is a little stale. Here's Lewis cruising in from the left baseline. Kiss off the glass, make it 12-8.
Finding an avenue. And, Bill, we now see partially the reason why Kalamazoo has scored under 40 in 2 of their losses this year. They take up the entire shot clock when they're down here on the offensive side of the floor.
Yeah, and you talk about high percentage shots. I think they're getting to a point, and we see it right here with another 3 attempt by Hogan. They're just taking shots. They're not taking ones I think they really want. Bukata behind the back. Kozinski. 3, no good. And this one boarded down by Moore. Here come the Hornets. Down by 4 with $1:30 left here in the first. I think the Hornets are just settling for shots. They're not going to their game plan. And when you mentioned utilizing that whole shot clock, you want to start working your shot right about now. You don't want to wait till 5 seconds. It's like in football. 3rd and 10's not going to work. They got to get something off here. There's a three-pointer. That one good by Robertson. 5'5" freshman out of Grand Rapids. Ottawa Hills. That is a powerhouse in the state of Michigan for basketball. 12-11. Here's Lewis. Left-handed dribble. Free throw line. Kozinski trying to get it. Can't. Here's Robertson. And we're going to have a foul, and it's going to stay in the backcourt. Shot clock should go right back to 30.
Yeah, that's second block already in the opening quarter for Vanderstelt on the Kalamazoo side, Bill. Very lengthy player, and we've seen that. Blocking a 3 in the corner, and then they're up top on Lure. Something for Elmhurst to keep in mind as we're wrapping up the opening 10 minutes here tonight.
Lures now with her second foul. Almost a steal there by Childs. Here's Moore for 3. That one off the back of the iron. I tell you, the Hornets are playing some spirited ball right now. That is Hogan again. And another foul. The foul's piling up for the Blue Jays. That second one was on Lures. This one is going to be on Bukata, and that's her first. Team's 4th. With 31.2 seconds left here in the first. Head coach Cameron Tucker in his 2nd season. Maya Marshall, Drew Ondick, and Morgan Frank. Ryan Clark at the helm of the Hornets. Hogan, step back 3. That one's going to be no good and over the backboard. Blue Jays catch a break right there. They're getting too many good looks.
And it's something we talked about with Elmhurst earlier on in the quarter, Bill, of they're taking enough shots from outside, they're going to hit eventually. It appears that Kalamazoo's adopting that mindset too.
True. Here's Bukata. She's going to step back. 3 attempt, but she's going to be fouled, and she should be going to the line for 3. Had a really good look. Kozinski with the screen, and she is going to get 3.
I think Bukata for a second had to do a double take up top, not believing she had that good of a look coming off a double-double last week against WashU at 16 points and 10 helpers. This is a nice opportunity here for the Blue Jays to add on more in this opening quarter.
Macy Gill Ramos, 5'6" guard out of Norwich, checking in for the Blue Jays. Here's the first of 3 for Bukata. Very solid free throw shooter, makes the first. We're down to 7.5 seconds here in the first. Blue Jays up by 2. Make it 3. Back-to-back first team all-conference. Christian Bukata. And she makes all 3. Makes it look easy. 15-11. Final push. There's Hogan. Bukata went around. That one's not going to fall. Is that going to be good? Nope, they're going to wave that one off. That was close. 15-11 is your score at the end of 1. You're watching Elmhurst University women's basketball action live on the CCIW network via suncom.tv.
conclusion of today's contest. Elmhurst University's athletic streams are provided by SunCounty.tv.
10 minutes in the books here from R.A. Fagenal Hall, the campus of Elmhurst University. Blue Jays against the Hornets of Kalamazoo College. It'll be Blue Jay basketball to start the second quarter. Driving in, scoop with the left, good. And Natalie Robinson, Bill, a good start to this second quarter.
Yeah, I like that drive. She put the ball into the hand farthest away from the defender, kissed it off the glass nicely.
A nice takeaway here for Bukata. Jays out and running. Bukata, 7 of Elmhurst's 15 points in the opening quarter, and a miscommunication there with Robinson tossing that one into the Hornet bench.
Now Bukata leading with 7 points. Robinson with 4, Lewis 3, Blazinski with that 1 3-pointer.
And we asked the question, with Kalamazoo struggling from beyond the arc and on the perimeter in the opening 3 games this year, how many threes would they take? Well, they took 6 in the opening quarter, and they knocked down 1 of them. In the lane, Vanderstelt backing in, kicks back out to the perimeter, and Hogan. Hogan down the right side, no good. Nice defense there by Bukata, and it stays in play. Bukata pushing the pace once more. And driving right to the tin. No contact, no foul call.
Wow.
You better believe the Elmhurst bench was looking for that there. Hornets now in transition. Back top of the key, Vanderstelt for 3, a line drive, and she knocks it down.
The Plainwell, Michigan senior. Yeah, she drove that one right through the heart of that basket.
And it's back to a 3-point game.
Now 2 of 7 from downtown for the Hornets.
And Ramos will let it fly, trying to respond, no good. And this one kept in by Michaela Allen. Kalamazoo a chance to tie it this time down the floor. It'll go out on the right wing. Allen for 3, no good. And a whistle sounds down low. That one will be against the Hornets.
Now, my concern right now is that Kalamazoo is getting comfortable with their shooting. We started pressure from half court, and we didn't stop with the pressure. It seems like now they're allowing them to come up to the three-point line with no pressure, and they're taking those shots. I mean, they're only 2 of 8 from downtown, but if you get comfortable from down there, you can really change the outlook of a game.
And bench boss in his second season, Cameron Tucker adjusting the front court. Hardy and Klaczynski checking in. Here is Klaczynski at the top of the key, and we'll give to Hardy. Hardy, step back, creating room, drawing iron, no good. Klaczynski trying to save it in the right corner, and she's got it. And a loose ball. Now on the floor, it ends up with Kalamazoo.
Boy, Robertson is an absolute spark plug for this Hornet team.
Now trying to get it down on the block, and Bauman up and over, left it short, poke loose. An offensive rebound, second chance here. That was Dinda on the glass.
Well, I thought Dinda could have taken that one right back up. She would have looked behind her. She would have realized she was wide open.
You're going to say this last touch by the Jays with 7 on the shot clock. And Bill, this is something that you're going to look at. We saw it in the first quarter, a backcourt inbounds pass for the Hornets where they had less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. They couldn't even get a shot off. Let's see what they run here. The inbound to Robinson. Now kicks to the corner. 3 seconds. Back out.
They're not going to get it off again.
No shot off. Shot clock violation. And a good stand for this Elmhurst defense.
Well, it seems like when that shot clock gets down to about 7, maybe 8 seconds, you can see Elmhurst, they become like, dare I say, like hornets, a swarm of hornets. They are really swarming that basketball and pressuring with the hands up and not causing a foul, but also taking away, how much time do I have on that shot clock? And that's why that's the third time we've seen that today.
And Bucata connects from the left side, a mid-range J, putting Elmhurst back up 5, 9 points now for Bucata in the first half.
Yeah, 3 of 6 from the field. Perfect from the free throw line. Bucata pick him up right where she left off.
Allen looking to respond, leaves it wide right, perfectly into the lap of Klaczynski. Jay's out and running. Pass up court, right wing tray ball. Hardy, no good, going for the offensive board. That one corralled in. Klaczynski.
Nice by Childs.
Turnaround jumper, rattles off the back iron, no good. And Kalamazoo able to escape.
Well, Elmhurst getting multiple opportunities at the basket, just not getting them to fall, but you can see that they're starting to become more aggressive on the boards.
And this one out of play. It'll be Blue Jay basketball. Bill, you mentioned the junior forward out of Peoria, Trinity Childs. They're creating that second chance opportunity. A couple of subs in for both sides as we have 6:14 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, pretty young team here for Elmhurst. 7th turnover for the Hornets, only 2 for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays 33% from the field, 26 for the visitors from Kalamazoo.
Bucata screen set. Now out on the right wing. Angling in, out in front of the free throw line, no good. Rebound taken care of by Sophia Moore.
I think that shot surprised her. I think she didn't realize how open she was going to be when she made that shot, and that's going to be Childs on the foul.
Yeah, the Jays got into some foul trouble from a team standpoint in that opening quarter. A key here in the second 20 minutes is to prohibit Kalamazoo from entering the bonus. And the inbound pass nearly taken away. Now down on the right block. Nice backdoor cut. Bauman has that one poked loose by Natalie Hardy. Hardy trying to get the entry in. She's got Klaczynski in the post. Back to the basket. Up and just off the iron. I believe we're going to have a loose ball foul here called against Kalamazoo.
Bucata doing what she does all the time, all over that floor trying to get to that ball. And a loose ball foul, as you mentioned. We'll tell you, I think Bucata took one off the head, trying to get the cobwebs out. 19-14, 5:27 left.
And Brittany Miller, 34, the sub in for the Hornets. A foul call directly after the inbound pass.
Boy, as a head coach, Ryan Clark's just got to be beside himself. You don't want fouls that quickly.
As you mentioned, still plenty of time in this second quarter and a tight ball game. I believe we're going to get yet another sub. And that'll be Josie Cook.
Played out in North Muskegon, Michigan, a Norseman. Out of the West Michigan Conference. Conference I know well. My children played in that conference. The Norsemen, every time you went down there, you dreaded the. It's a great trip, great food, but man, were they good. Here's Bucata.
Nice backdoor cut, but can't finish. Kalamazoo looking to chip into this deficit, but Robertson took one too many steps.
Andy, you got to make those shots. I mean, you really do. And I think through the year, those shots are going to continue to fall. Early on, you take a look at the record, only 1-1. This is only the third game that they played. And 0 for 3 for the Hornets. But those kind of shots are going to have to fall. If you're going to want to succeed, you got to make those easy ones. Bucata fouled again.
Yeah, drive and kick, trying to find Hardy on the right wing. So stay on the floor. Bucata, as we've mentioned, 9 of the 19 points for the Blue Jays thus far. She's second leading scorer on the team through the first 2 games of the season, 18.5 points per game. And it'll be an inbound down low for Hardy. 4th team foul of the quarter on the Hornets. she finds Bukata immediately. Trying to drive baseline. Robertson cuts off that avenue. Klaczynski will pull on the right wing and bury it.
That's her second three-pointer. She's got 6. And if she's locked in like that, both of them, nothing but net, that spells trouble for the Hornets.
I think that's something that Cameron Tucker's looking to see here throughout the rest of the second quarter to see if Klaczynski get her dialed in for the second half. Back out on the perimeter, 7 on the shot clock. Allen chucks up a deep one, can't connect.
Yeah, I don't think that's the shot they wanted, Andy. I really don't. I think they wanted to have her down low.
And we'll now get our first timeout of this second quarter, an officials timeout with 4:20 to play, and the Blue Jays leading 22-14. If you're tuning in here on the CCIW Network, we thank you for hanging out and joining this presentation of Elmhurst University basketball, the first of 2 here tonight. Following this one, the men welcome in the MSOE Raiders coming out of the NACC Conference. A little CCIW against the NAC here on this Wednesday night. Andy Ockham alongside Bill Downing. Bill Law is our producer here from Suncom TV this afternoon. Bill, if you look at it from a non-conference standpoint, bit of a rarity getting a school like Kalamazoo to come out here midweek and have this early of a start time, and the Jays have responded well to this challenge.
They have, and the Hornets, they've struggled. 9 turnovers, and you take a look at points off turnovers. Out of those 9 turnovers, the Blue Jays have converted for 7 points. I mean, they are making it work, and the rebounds kind of leaning with the Hornets, 19-12 in total rebounds. Defensively, 14-9, offensively, 5-3. But points in the paint, 10 for Elmhurst, 6. I mean, it's those little things that will start making this game a little bit tougher for the Hornets. It's 22-14 right now, but they're going to have to change the turnovers. They're going to have to lessen the turnovers and not allow the Hornets, or excuse me, the Blue Jays to get as many points as they are off their turnovers.
And they better hope Elmhurst doesn't get hot from beyond the arc, because if they could do that, it'll spell trouble in the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, neither one of them shooting very well. 2 of 10 for the Hornets, 2 of 9 for the Blue Jays, and both of those were via Klaczynski from downtown.
And here's Klaczynski once more, thought about it in the quarter. Instead, dribble drives in, trying to go off the glass. Instead, it draws side iron.
Well, you can see the maturity right there in Anna. She knew that if she would have drove all the way to the basket, that probably was going to be an offensive foul. And she just kind of laid up a little bit and put that shot up.
We're going to get a hand check foul here on Natalie Hardy. She's not thrilled. Fouling Brittany Miller on the near side.
That's going to be her second. Natalie still looking for her first points. Bukata 1 point away from double digits.
And picking up her dribble beyond the arc is Hogan. Now finding Allen. Playing hot potato. It goes right back to her. Hogan driving down the lane right side. And a carry will be called.
That was a good call. That ball came up probably about chest high, and she tried to manipulate the direction of that ball, and that was a good call by the officials right on top of it.
You don't really see that called a whole lot in today's game. That is a rarity.
No, they have. There's some calls from back in the days that they have just let go. One of them, if you watch the NBA, there's no such thing as travel.
No, not one bit.
No, good grief. They can walk forever.
A bounce pass out in the corner. And now go to Ella Conyers on the near side, getting her into the contest for the first time this evening. Klaczynski lost the handle, and it ends up with Ruby Hogan. Here comes Kalamazoo.
Boy, Klaczynski's got to keep that ball covered because Hogan's going to come by and strip that away every time.
And in the lane, Allen drawing a foul. She'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Yep, Klaczynski had her back to Hogan, and she just picked her pocket, and that's something they're going to have to be very careful of. Hogan, quick hands.
And Michaela Allen, the 5'7" freshman out of Vicksburg, Michigan, cans the first.
Largest lead for the Blue Jays has been 8 and only 2 for the Hornets. Last lead was at 4-3 for Kalamazoo back at the 8:19 mark of the first.
And Blazinski grabbing the board. Allen 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. Under 3 minutes to play here in this opening half.
You talked about low points for the Hornets. That's exactly where we're headed. I mean, only 15 to this point. They're going to have to change that up, otherwise they're going to stand fast with that third between 30 and 40 points per game.
And what that includes is quicker possessions and quicker shots like this on the offensive end, but that one left short by Cook. Another sub, Bukata. We knew she wasn't going to stay on the bench for too long. She's back in with 2:28 to play in this second quarter. And immediately she's met in the backcourt by Hogan, who will quickly shed off after she receives the inbound pass.
Some good play there by Ella Conyers. She'll take a seat. Looks like she's going to be coming right back in again.
Quick substitutions, quick rotations here in the final couple of minutes. Bukata, instead of swinging it, will hang on and now look back to Cameron Tucker. And calling out a set here with 10 seconds. Bukata, pull up, no good, and boarded by Allen.
One thing I've noticed about Christian's shots, they seem a little bit flat. Not a lot of rotation on her shots tonight. Something we're not accustomed to. Hogan in trouble.
And finds a cutting Moore who's off the mark. And Jayla White, the sophomore guard out of San Diego, on the glass in transition. Blazinski kisses it off the glass for 2.
She's got 8. That's her first common basket besides the 2 threes that she has. She's 3 of 10 from the field.
And now the largest lead for Elmhurst of the evening at 9. Allen working one-on-one and kicking it back out. Bukata making life difficult for Moore. Instead of receiving that pass on the right wing, she'll now get it. 9 seconds to work with.
You may be looking at another shot clock violation here, or a hurried shot.
At the top of the key, they got it off in time, but it's well short. There is, Bill, that shot clock violation. Good work. Wow, once more by this Blue Jay defense.
4th time that they have committed that here tonight. And for Kalamazoo, they go into panic mode. You hear about 10 seconds left on that shot clock, and they're still making perimeter passes. Those balls have got to get into the paint. They've got to decide to get that ball up there. And when you're making a shot like that with not that much time on the shot clock, you're not going to get a good shot.
Drive kick, corner 3, a bit long. And out and running now is Moore.
Blue Jays wish they could get that one back.
A nice looking pass, even better reception there from Miller. This one knocked out of play, last touch by Elmhurst.
Good job by Bukata with a kick ball. Something they work on, I can tell you that. You can see them in practice. As much as people don't like it, I mean, it stops the play. I mean, that's what you want to do. And they had the Hornets, well, I'm saying they, and there's going to be an offensive foul. Looks like a screen that was a moving screen, and I believe that one is going to be on number 10, Robertson.
The Hornets just can't catch a break here in this opening half.
They can't get out of their own way right now, and that's trouble.
Let's see if the Blue Jays can take advantage. Could look to make this a 2-for-1 spot if they work quick enough, but that seems to be highly unlikely.
If I was the Blue Jays, I would do exactly what the Hornets have done. Utilize that shot clock, take it down, get yourself a good shot.
10 seconds to work with. B. Robinson, top of the key, back out. White driving in, Bukata, right wing, tray ball, money! Bukata's in double figures, and the Jays lead by 12. 5 seconds. Driving in, Bukata turns it away. Up, and Robertson at the horn gets it to fall.
That should count.
Nice recovery for Samaze Robertson, the freshman guard, to round out the opening 20 minutes. It is a 10-point game, but Bill, you got to love that from Bukata on both ends to conclude the first half.
Yeah, you mentioned the last time out she had a double-double. Well, she's well on her way with 12 points, 4 boards, 3 assists. I mean, we could be looking at a possible triple-double out of her. I mean, at halftime, she's got 12, and she's been the leader for the Blue Jays. And on the other side, you know, you look at Robertson, she has collected 7 points, so she'll get credit for that final shot. But everybody else seems to be struggling. They're only shooting 24% from the field.
And don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon to recap and put a bow on this opening half and preview the final 20 minutes of this non-conference tilt here on the campus of Elmhurst University on the CCIW network via Sumcom TV.
Hi, my name is Krista Paunan. I'm the Program Director for the Doctorate of Nursing Practice here at Elmhurst University. Getting an advanced degree opens so many doors, whether that be in formal management roles, faculty, or being at the bedside, leading projects to improve patient outcomes. Our DNP program is for students who are ready to become the bridge between the gap that can sometimes exist between research and practice. They will come to the table with a systems-based project that they will then work throughout their 7 semesters with us. Our program is a mixture of synchronous and asynchronous experiences. Students will work closely with your faculty and your cohort of students. These students will come from a variety of settings and bring with them different experiences. And then that will create a richer dialogue that you'll have during your synchronous time, so you can really understand the concepts, apply them, and then see how you can then use them in your project to help your system advance. Our DNP program does have clinical that's weaved throughout the program. It begins in your first semester, and you start to work with not only your preceptor, but a faculty mentor and the faculty within your course. So you're provided support from all 3 resources as you navigate your journey. Our programs were created with the busy nurse in mind. The faculty at Elmhurst take a vested interest in your success. We are here to walk alongside you as you navigate this journey. We have a variety of experiences we can bring to the classroom and provide a true richness in our discussion and application of the concepts. And we want you to be successful. We want you to walk across that stage. Anyone who's thinking, is it the right time to go back to school? They may never have the right answer for that question. The good news is it's never the wrong time to invest in yourself. It's never the wrong time to take a leap, to do something that challenges you, that will help you grow.
I take most of my classes at Triton College, and then I take a class or 2 at Elmhurst to kind of get a feel of like what I want my plan to be when I come here, and get a feel of the whole campus with clubs and activities and everything. I think the major difference between the 2 is that Elmhurst really is a community sense, while as the 2-year university, you're really preparing to move on. So those professors are really striving to teach you everything that they can within the short period that they have you, while as in a 4-year university, they have you for a little bit longer, so they can really develop like a relationship with you and like help you grow as a person. It's awesome to be able to feel at home at a 4-year university before you fully commit.
When I came to Elmhurst and we were walking around, I just saw a lot of people interacting, whether it was in the Crons Forum, whether it was here on the mall, or anything like that. I could just tell that there was that sense of community, and it just feels so natural and like a home. If someone came to me and said like Elmhurst is in like their top 2-3 choices for schools, I would say go for it.
Elmhurst helped me through more than the other schools. Elmhurst would call me every week about the financial aspect of it and about helping me see which credits would transfer over, so I would know how many years I would have to stay. When I came to the school, everybody was exactly where they were. Everybody was real helpful. Like every year they helped me with my financial aspect of it, and grade-wise, the teachers are always here. You can email them at any time. Believe what you see, because the people really care about you here.
My experience with applying here and transferring over from College of DuPage was wonderful. Actually, it was probably the easiest transfer of any kind I've ever made in my life. My hand was held, questions were answered before I had a chance to ask them. It helped me actually to make the decisions that I needed to make without trying to figure out what questions do I need to know. That warmth, that friendliness, the opening of the door for you as you walk in.
Elmhurst is a great place to start off, even at my age, to come back to. The MBA program, the price of it is affordable. The location is very convenient. The teachers are phenomenal. I can't ask for a better school to go to.
One of the things that inspired me within Elmhurst is to take on bigger responsibilities. So I'm starting a young professionals network in our company, and we're building it up, and I'm taking a lot of experience from the things that everyone else has done and from this cohort and from Elmhurst, and trying to develop this in our company. So overall, it's been a great experience.
The ELSA program is a place where kids with special needs can just go and gain more independence and meet a bunch of great new people. The program helps me become more organized because you have to know where you have to be at a certain time. I value the friendships that I've really gotten to make here. Everyone should come to the ELSA program.
I love Elmhurst. It's small enough to where you feel like you're in a community of friendship, but it's also got so many connections.
It's close to home. It has many opportunities in the area.
I've developed
wonderful relationships with the professors and clinical supervisors, and I really felt like I was an individual and that I mattered.
If you were considering different graduate programs, definitely come visit Elmhurst. They have endless opportunities.
There's people to help support and guide you throughout the whole journey.
I feel safe and supported since the moment I arrived at Elmhurst University.
When we first enter the school, they will offer the courses for security, safety tips, and also the status for international students.
When I first arrived here, so I have the orientation. I was having a jet lag at that point, and I couldn't join every activity. The leader of my OSL leader, and she would just keep on texting me, asking me if I'm okay, and I feel so welcome and loved.
Well, you made it. Pause for a minute and think about all that you've done to get to this point. I'm delighted to officially welcome you to our 2024 New Student Convocation to Elmhurst University and to the ever-widening circle that includes the students, faculty, staff, and alumni of this great institution.
When I graduated in 2020 with my undergrad, I knew I wanted to continue my education. It was a natural choice to come back to Elmhurst. I had grown to know and love the faculty, the students, the environment, the curriculum, the flexibility behind the MBA program. Since I didn't really have a specialization, I took that time to take entrepreneurial classes, marketing classes, to see which path I really wanted to take. And in doing so, that allowed me to kind of figure out what I wanted to do afterwards. An exciting thing that the MBA has enabled me to do, I have two different perspectives, one of my own obviously, but also from my profession. I do talent acquisition, so I'm able to review resumes and applications of people who have and do not have master's degrees or MBAs, so I know the real life implications of having an MBA. For myself, it just allowed me the opportunity to take that extra step in my education and help to understand which direction I wanted to go. If you're looking for an opportunity to connect with others, to build networks, this is a great opportunity to do that. There's a small class size. They focus on team building and projects revolved around that. So Elmhurst gives you that opportunity to, not only see what you're good at, maybe learn from others and see how they work and how they work with others and how you could maybe expand upon that. If it wasn't for Elmhurst, I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
Getting ready for the second half of action on the CCIW Network. Another presentation of Elmhurst University basketball through Suncom TV. Andy Ockham alongside Bill Downing. Bill Law is our studio producer here this evening. Bill, we enter the third quarter. Elmhurst a commanding 10-point lead. Krista Bucata in double figures, and we get to look at some of her work in the opening half.
Yeah, she did great work. You see she penetrates, she gets that double team, she kick it out to Anna Klosinski for an easy three.
And then on the other end, working off the ball, and a nice mid-range jumper on the left side, finding some open space. Now has been in double figures in every game that she has played in this year. And underneath, and a nice finish for Ruby Hogan, the first points of this third quarter and of the second half.
Yeah, that's her first points of the evening. Now 1 of 7 from the field for Hogan.
Lewinsky has it just inside the arc, trying to find Bucata down low. Kristen Bucata draws a foul. She'll head to the line to shoot 2.
12 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown. It's perfect from the free throw line, 3 of 3. She's got 4 boards, 3 assists. She does have a foul and a turnover. She's credited with 19 minutes.
And can't find the mark on the first. Bill, a lower scoring second quarter. The Blue Jays outscoring the Hornets 12-6. And Kalamazoo 2 of 11 from the field in that second quarter.
Yeah, the Blue Jays struggled. So did the Hornets during that second. And something that I'm sure that Cameron Tucker talked about during halftime. You know, we're shooting the ball, but I'm sure he's telling them we're not getting the shots that we've drawn up.
And rejected on the other end down low. Nice defense by Robinson, and a whistle sounds.
Natalie Robinson, she's only a freshman, and she's playing some big minutes down in the paint. And that was a frustration foul right there off the block.
And we're still trying to see if either team can crack the mold on three-point shooting here tonight. Kalamazoo 2 of 13, and the Blue Jays 3 of 11. And not a lot of free throws on either side. Elmhurst 5 of 7 at the stripe, and the Hornets 3 of 4. Which, coming into this game, you look at this Kalamazoo team to begin the season, 66% from the line as a team. You figured they try to draw fouls and get there more frequently, as down low, Lures leaves that one long. Kick out, Klosinski for 3, drawing back iron. And Bucata nearly coming away with an offensive rebound of her own.
She crashes the board so hard, is Bucata.
And cutting and kicking out. And baseline Vanderstel thought about it instead. It'll be a 3 on the right wing. No good for Dinda. Offensive board, Robertson off the mark. And the Blue Jays get out of it unscathed.
I don't know how she got away with that. She grabbed it, went up in the air for the shot, and then came back down.
And another foul called. A couple early ones here on Kalamazoo in this third quarter.
Yeah, a little sloppy play to start the second half here for both teams.
It'll be Natalie Hardy inbounding down low. We're still looking to see her get on the score sheet. It's 0-4 from the field thus far. She's got it beyond the arc. Will now dish out to Bucata. Bucata drive and kick. And through some contact, Robinson drawing a foul.
Looks like Bowman's going to be guilty there, the 6-foot sophomore from Kalamazoo. Another thing I just noticed, Hogan already with 4 personal fouls. I had no idea that she picked up that many. Ruby Hogan in a lot of trouble.
I believe we got a bench warning issued over on the Kalamazoo side. And their head coach, Ryan Clark.
Not happy with the calls right now, you can see. Assisted by Kelsey Howell, Mallory Zepka, and Tyler Stewart.
And quite the trek they had to take to get here.
With all the construction going on in the state of Michigan, and I can tell you, it's orange barrels as far as the eye can see in the state of Michigan. When I go to see my kids, it's just like, oh boy. As soon as you hit that state line, it's just like, here we go.
Nonetheless, finding their way here to the northwest suburbs for this non-conference tilt midweek action. Bucata off the inbound. Nice bounce pass right to Klosinski, who finishes it off.
She's in double digits now at 10. Bucata 13. A couple Blue Jays in double digits.
As we mentioned, Klosinski in the first 2 games for Elmhurst this year, 20-plus points. Would need a nice second half to keep that streak going.
Klosinski halfway to a double-double already. That one tipped.
That one deflected by Bucata. The active hands on defense remaining a consistent theme here for the Jays today.
Yeah, I think right now the Hornets, they're just settling for shots.
Hardy on a nice dish from Klaczynski, left it wide. Offensive rebound for Robinson down low, but she took one too many steps.
Boy, Robinson, what a force inside. She's a 6-foot forward out of Portage, Indiana, and she's only a freshman, and she has really inserted herself well as a force inside that paint. She's a good rebounder.
I believe we have an offensive foul away from the ball. That'll be assessed on number 22, Lauren Vanderstel.
Boy, the foul's just piling up. Ryan Clark right now. Got to keep making these substitutions as the fouls are starting to pile up. 4 for Hogan, now 4 for Bowman.
That's 5 team fouls, not even 3 minutes into this third quarter.
We'll be getting to know the word free throw here very quickly.
Nice driving kick, Bukata to Hardy for 3, and
Robinson just got rolled over.
You guessed it. Another foul on the floor.
Boy, for Moore right there, I think that was more frustration. Robinson had the position, and Moore just steamrolled her.
And would you believe it? The Jays are in the bonus with 7:09 remaining in this third quarter with a 12-point lead.
What did T.O. say? Get your popcorn, because you're going to need to eat a lot of it, because there's a lot of free throws. Every whistle you hear that goes against the Hornets, we're going to be seeing a lot of free throws here.
Which could lead to a slower third period. But, hey, the Jays will take it if it means they're getting this many free looks at the basket.
Absolutely. I mean, they're shooting 56%, 5 of 9 from the free throw line, so they're going to have to pick that up. And they're going to obviously have the opportunities to do it.
And that mark pretty on par with the season total as a team collectively in the early going for the Jays this year, as that one can't find a home. 53.8%, 14 of 26 in the first 2 games for the Jays here in this 25-26 campaign.
Yeah, you have got to knock down. I mean, we talk about it, you hear about it, they're free throws, charity stripe.
And Robinson good on the second.
Got to make them count, because believe it or not, a lot of games do come down to a couple points here and there, and it could be one from the free throw line.
And on the right side, Robertson looking top of the key, Allen. And Bukata, active hands, takes this one away on the break and finishes it coast to coast.
15 now for Christian. She's got 6 boards and 4 assists.
And back to the point you brought up earlier, Bill, the first time these teams ever met just a season ago, and you had mentioned it really came down to free throws. And here we go once more, Klaczynski with a takeaway, but she'll pull back. And dish to Bukata, left wing, tray ball, can't connect, and that'll roll out of play.
That did not look good coming off the hand of Christian Bukata. I think she realized it too. Cameron Tucker may not have been happy with that shot, but if it was closer, I would think you would see smoke coming out of his ears. But the fact that it's 34-19, they could possibly afford a couple of those.
And almost another one taken away there by Lures.
Quick hands by the Blue Jays on defense right now.
Head fake in the corner, hop step in the lane, and back out to Vanderstel. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Corner tray ball, side iron, no good. And playing pinball down in the lane. It's still up for grabs. It'll stay here with Kalamazoo. Trying to find that entry pass. It's not there. Robertson now top of the key. And this foul will be called on Klaczynski.
Klaczynski, that's only her first. Team's first. 5 for the Hornets, as you mentioned.
And a 6-0 run for Elmhurst over the last 3.5 minutes. And 3:48, the current scoring drought on the Kalamazoo side. This one right through the hands of Robertson. Lures has it. Lures in the lane. Can't get it to go, but drawing yet another foul.
Maya Lures out of Temple Terrence, Florida. I tell you, she showed her flexibility right there, because she had to bend backwards to try to get that shot up, and it almost went in. She's going to go to line for 2 more. They're shooting 6 of 11 from the free throw line. Now 7 of 12.
Knocks down the first, and how about her in terms of being able to stay on the floor? Out of 80 possible minutes in the first 2 games this year, she logged 71. including all 40 minutes against WashU last weekend.
That one is a trooper right there.
Off the mark.
That's someone that's worked on their cardio for sure.
We'll see if that holds up into conference play.
Right.
Having fresher legs at the beginning of the season. The Blue Jay lead is at 16, nearly halfway through this third quarter. And losing her footing in the lane, there was Elizabeth Wilkes.
I'm going to say that one went off the foot of Bukata on the way out.
So a break here for the Hornets. It'll be Brittany Miller on the inbound pass down low.
DeLepe.
That one nearly thrown out of play. 3 on the shot clock. Kalamazoo's got to get one up here in the lane, and a late foul on Bukata. Wilkes left that one well short, and the sophomore out of Portage, Michigan, will head to the charity stripe.
That was a good move because with the shot clock going down to 0, the only way that you were not going to get your 5th shot clock violations, you had to draw contact. That's exactly what she did. And Wilkes to the line.
And off the mark on the first. First time we're seeing Wilkes in this game. It comes in the second half. She's played in 39 minutes in 3 games this year. She's drawn 2 starts. Not into the lineup tonight and can't hit either toss. Elmhurst looking to add on to the lead. Right wing tray ball. Conyers connects.
Shot that one from downtown Mattoon, Illinois.
Jays up by 19, 4:52 and rolling down to the third quarter.
4 of 16 now from the field for 3 points.
And that attempted entry pass taken away by who else but Kristen Bukata. Bukata spinning in the lane, kicks back out. Conyers thought about it once more, but will now get it back.
DeLepe, you got to see her down low, number 33, out of Westmont.
Conyers going to cut one loose and leaves it short.
Well, that bench would have just exploded right there. She would have got back-to-back trays.
That bench and all the Blue Jay fans sitting around us up here.
Nice crowd right below us. Boy, Bukata, just look at the hands.
That one barely kept in. You mentioned this crowd here, the first of 2 tonight. Directly after this one, the men will take on the Raiders of MSOE. That's a nice finish for Vanderstel. Knack against the CCIW right here on the campus of Elmhurst University. Lures looking for a response, throws that one off the side of the backboard.
Looked like bowling pins right there. Yeah. Lures went up and 4 bodies went down. And do we have a stoppage?
We'll have our first timeout here this third quarter with 3:51 remaining. A commanding 38-21 lead for your Elmhurst Blue Jays. We're hanging out here on the CCIW network. Andy Ockham, along with Bill Downing. Bill Law is our producer here this evening. And Bill, you gotta like what you're seeing out of the Jays here in this third quarter. They've come out with the same energy we saw in the first half, and that shows on the scoreboard.
Hey, Bukata again doing what she does. She's got 15. Kozinski 10. 2 of 5 from downtown for 6 points, and they're doing well. I mean, Kozinski halfway exactly to a double-double. She needs 5 more boards. And Bukata, she's close to a triple-double. 15 points, 6 boards, 4 assists. So, I mean, and then you take a look at the Hornets. You got a couple in some serious foul trouble, Hogan and Bowman. And their highest point scorer is Robertson with 7. Everybody else is 5 or below. So, I mean, they're not shooting well. And consistently, if you take a look at the last couple games that they've had, they've scored between 30 and 40 points, and they're on pace for that again.
I think if you look at it from an Elmhurst side of things, this isn't necessarily a knock on the shooting. It's more of an applause to the defense as to why they're dominating this game. Because you look at the numbers, they're not shooting like out of this world from the field. 32% on 13 of 41. They're 4 of 17 from downtown, and even at the free throw line, 7 of 13. Yep. So it's not like they're shooting the lights out, Bill. Their defense has just been absolutely tremendous.
Yep.
Just the second chance opportunities they've been able to cash in on the offensive end.
They're getting hurt on the boards too. I mean, Kalamazoo, when you take a look at those board stats, that this game should be a lot closer. They're just not able to connect, and 17 turnovers, and the Blue Jays have converted 17 turnovers to 14 points. DeLepe.
Kick out, Conyers near side 3. She's got another. Second of the quarter for Conyers. It is a 20-point Blue Jay lead.
Yikes. Conyers coming off the bench, just exploding. And I think that foul is going to be on Robinson.
It'll be away from the ball. How about that? Conyers in just 6 minutes here this evening has knocked down a couple of big three-pointers.
Yeah, you can see a smile on her face. Teammates coming by, patting her on the back. And
Robertson driving right to the cup. That one no good.
Good defense by Klaczynski, not drawing the contact, keeping the arms up. Forced her to come right into her. Here's Conyers.
Klaczynski just checking back in. This shot up and rolls home.
Leaping. 5'8" forward out of Westmont.
And first points of the night for the junior. The lead grows to 22.
And this is either where the wind will be taken out of your sails or you're going to start fighting back. This is a huge turning point. This is a big possession for the Hornets.
Defense there by Klaczynski blocking off that attempted drive on the baseline. Conyers out and running. That dish from Bukata, but she'll pull back in the corner and now nearly taken away by Robinson. Loose ball on the floor. The Hornets got it.
That was a 7th board for Bukata.
And a wide open look at the cup that can't be finished by Brittany Miller.
You got to make that. Senior from Lombard South. You know, sometimes they say receivers, they can hear people. That's why they can't catch a ball. I think maybe she heard some footsteps.
Conyers corner tray, no good. An offensive board by DeLippe. We'll give back to Bukata. Klaczynski coming up to set a pick, 12 on the shot clock. DeLippe beyond the arc. Will now find Lure.
I like the isolation right there.
Kalinski straight away, no good. And a rebound for Wilkes.
That's her bread and butter, so straight on threes too.
Entry pass down low. Vanderstelt on the block, back out. Wilkes just in front of the free throw line, draws back iron. And a foul will be called down low. That's on Conyers.
Well, the action is picked up here toward the tail end of the third, but it's been all Blue Jays. Now leading 43-21. The Blue Jays, again, we still got another 10 minutes to play after this minute 38, but the Blue Jays, their game plan, pretty successful so far.
And floater in the lane off the mark for Robertson. Another offensive board for Kalamazoo. Out to Vanderstelt. Can't find the three. And Bukata's got it for Elmhurst.
Yeah, we've got to control the boards.
Kristen Bukata in the lane. Yes!
17 now for Bukata. She's 6 of 13 from the field.
Make it a 17-2 run over the last 8+ minutes for the Jays.
And in baseball, that would put you in the Hall of Fame right there. So she's doing some pretty good things here on the court here tonight.
This one nearly poked loose by Klaczynski. Under a minute to play in the third. Under 10 on the shot clock. Down low, Miller taken care of straight up by Hardy. Back out to Vanderstelt from the right wing. No good. And the Jays continuing to stand tall.
9th board for Bukata. She's one shy of a double-double.
Has it at the top of the key. Klaczynski sets the screen. Drive and kick. Hardy for three. Money!
She shot that one all the way from Eureka, Missouri. Her family sitting directly below us. Mom giving her the high five. Well, the air high five. Didn't obviously go out onto the court.
First points of the night for Hardy. The game clock just 1 second ahead of the shot clock. Kalamazoo going to hold this one here.
Yeah, they've got to figure out a system here in the final 10.
And Wilkes from downtown, no good. Bukata's got it, going to let it fly at the horn, off the rim.
And there's your double-double. 17 points and now 10 boards for Christian Bukata. Wow, what can you say? I mean, she's a phenomenal player, always finds her way around. And you look at, she's only 5'7", but it almost, to me, Andy, like she's playing like she's 6'5".
And make it back-to-back games for her with a double-double. She had 16 points and 10 dimes against WashU last weekend. A commanding 48-21 lead for the Jays as we head to the final 10 minutes here on the CCIW Network via Suncom TV.
I don't have anything short enough for these
All right, start of the fourth. Bill Downing and Yakum. There's a three from the top of the key. That one no good by Voss. And a fight for it underneath the basket. And that's Hogan. She's got to be careful. She has 4 fouls. It looks like she's going to go, or they're going to do baseline in. So Klaczynski, that's going to be her second, team's first here in the fourth. 48-21. Hornets got a lot of work. Klaczynski, quick hands. Steal, layup, count it, and one coming up for Anna Klaczynski. She's got 12, and she'll go to the free throw line. Well, I love how they know the trailer's there. They go up, they do the shot. They know 9 times out of 10 you're going to get contact. The important part, make the basket.
And so many fast break opportunities, Bill, because they've been able to jump the routes on these passes, looking like defensive backs out there.
Yep, they got 9 points off fast breaks. And you take a look at their points in the paint, 22-8. Here's Klaczynski. First free throws of the night for Anna. She misses the first. Team now 8 of 14 from the charity stripe. 50. Halfway to the century mark, 50-21. Hogan. Vanderstelt. She's going to try just inside three-point land. Did they give her the three?
I think they're going to.
Okay, so they're going to give her the three. Vanderstelt now with 8 points, and she's 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Christian Bukata already with a double-double, 17 points and 10 boards. Left of the block in the paint. I just love that stab dribble that she uses, so quick. She tries to take whoever her defender is, tries to take the attention away from. They think it's in one arm, and she quickly moves it to another. She is so fast. 20 on the shot clock, 8:54. Here's Klaczynski. Back over in the corner, that's White. Now Bukata in the paint. Stop. Looking for a stop and drop. That didn't happen. Here's Hogan. Hornets in transition, 50-24, 8:40 left here in this contest. Hogan, scoop shot up, and Bukata will pick up the foul, and that's going to be her third. Only one in the Blue Jays in slight foul trouble.
And for Kalamazoo, Bill, they picked up 6 fouls in under 3 minutes into that third quarter. They've done a lot better at keeping it clean in the first 90-ish seconds in quarter 4.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot quicker shots out of the Hornets, knowing that the only way to get back into this game, and again, you're down 25, you're going to have to score and score quickly. But for the Blue Jays, I think they just want to utilize as much of the shot clock as they can. Bukata, nice behind back dribble. Here's White. Now Klaczynski, spin move from the elbow. That one no good. Vanderstelt with the board. Now Hogan dribbles it up for the Hornets, and they trail 24 points, and that's going to be a travel on Hogan. Hogan with 4 points, but the big story with her is she's got 4 fouls. Bowman with 4 fouls. She only has 2 points also. But you got to put your bigs back in if you want to make a run.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to take that risk. And they got to play clean, so you may not see as much aggressiveness out of those two so they don't foul out. Boy, Bukata, nice stop. Here's White. There's a three from the corner. That one no good by Childs. Quick hands by Hardy. Here's Hardy. Stop and drop. Ooh, that one just shy of the near elbow. Oh, nice give inside to Childs. Count it. Trinity Childs with her first 2 of the night. Nice assist that time by Hardy.
And credit her on the second chance opportunity, Bill. She very well could have just thrown that back up, but having the awareness and seeing Childs with a nice cut in giving that one up for an easy 2.
Yeah, amen to that. That is totally correct. And another turnover. 21st turnover tonight by the Hornets. Here's Bukata, already with 17. She's going to drive, tries to kiss that one off the glass, was trying to foul Hogan out. Here's Vanderstelp, coast to coast and counting. She's got 10, first Hornet in double digits. Now Hardy. J.C. Fierst out there also for the Blue Jays, getting some playing time. Hardy, good anticipation. Here's Hogan again on the breakaway and steal and the basket. 52-30.
And
down to 22.
Pulling a page out of the Blue Jays book. Seen Elmhurst do that plenty of times here in this game.
Yep, you can't look at the person. Well, you have to look at the person you're going to pass to, but don't stare at him. There's Hardy, top of the key for 3. That one no good. Strong board that time by Bowman. Yeah, sometimes your eyes will dictate where you're going, and you got to be very careful, and that was very well anticipated by Hogan. She saw the pass, anticipated it, took it downtown, and was able to score.
And you want to credit Hardy for continuing to try and capitalize on these open looks. She's 1 of 9 from the field tonight, 1 of 6 from downtown, but that's what shooters do. They don't get discouraged, and one night like this doesn't dictate an entire season or entire beginning. She's a fantastic player for this program, and this isn't going to be what it's always like for her, and continuing to get these opportunities and setting up her teammates as well.
Yep, she's played 23 strong minutes, and she may not, in the scorebook, may not be where she wants to be, but you can see what she does on the court. This one dropped low, and the Blue Jays able to break out. That was Fierce with the board. Now Bukata. Slow things down with 5:40 left. Lures Fierce. Here's Bukata on the near wing. Behind the back dribble. She's pushed. And she's going to go to the line. And the foul will be on number 23, Ella Boya. Yeah, just as she got into the paint, she put her feet down, and Boya just kind of gave him the forearm shiver. So this will be not a shooting foul. Conyers will inbound for the Blue Jays with 5:28 left. Here's Bukata. Oh, Bukata, what a move in the paint, and just misses it. And Miller with the board for Kalamazoo.
What she's able to do, Bill, when she gets into the paint is truly special.
There's Hogan cruising in from the left side. That one returned to sender by Robinson. Bukata back out to Lures. Bukata between the rings, now Conyers. Pierced in the corner. Here's Lures cruising in left of the block. Shot up no good. Trying to get her own board, can't. And another board by Miller, and here's the Hornets. Hornets, another 3. That one no good by Dinda. And another 3 by Boya. That one misses. Lures trying to track it down. She's double teamed in the corner. Gets it out to Conyers. 4:30 left. Here's Bukata. Bukata cruises in right of the lane and scoops it up for number 19.
Yeah, it's good to see the Jays get the lid off the cup. That was a 3-minute scoring drought that Bukata just snapped.
Hornets now, another 3 attempt. They have lofted a ton of 3s here as of late. 13th board for Bukata. Fierce for 3. That one hits the front of the rim. Another board for Bukata. Make it 14. Fierce is going to try this one again. How about that? J.C. Fierce. Shame on me, and then shame on you. Gave her a second shot from the same spot. 57-30. Yikes. Almost a 30-point lead.
As the old saying goes, Bill, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yes. That was a famous motto that my mother kept telling me, and gosh, I heard a lot of that when I was a kid. Keep trying. I'm like, no, I'm tired of it. I just can't get it done. But in sports, there is no quitting. You got to push. You got to push through it. You got to try to be better. And that's exactly what the Blue Jays have done here tonight. Christian Bucata, check out this line. 19 points, 7 of 17 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 14 boards, 6 assists, 3 fouls. That's it. She's played 35 minutes. Wow. The ever-ready Battery Bunny. That is exactly what she is. She never, ever stops. And I don't think she wants to stop.
No.
I mean, if I was Cameron Tucker at this point in the game, I'd tell her, hey, you've done everything we've
You got
asked
the rest
you to
of the
do.
night off.
You should, yeah. You know, because you don't want to risk an injury early on in the season because they're going to start getting into that conference play.
Yeah.
And you know the CCIW is no joke.
Not at all, and it's a long conference season. It's a grind.
It is.
You want to be at full strength. And
The Thunder are always strong. The Illinois Wesleyan, always strong. Carthage, I mean, there is no off night in the CCIW. You take an off night, you're going to get rolled up pretty bad. 3:32 left. Here's Robertson. Cruises in the paint, scoops that one up right by Delipi. 57-32, 3:20 left. Delipi will bring it up over the timeline. Moves it over to the far wing. That's fierce. Oh, she tried a 3 there, missed, then got it back the second time. And Ramos to be guilty of the travel. 5'6" guard out of Norridge, went to Ridgewood High School. Macy Gill Ramos. And she has had some big numbers here early on. Blue Jays looking to go to 2-1 overall. And the Hornets trying not to go down 0-4, and Hogan's going to go to the basket. She's going to get it, and she'll go to the free throw line, and Fierce with the foul, and Hogan with the and one. She's got 6 points, and she's perfect from the free throw line, 2 of 2.
And credit Hogan for the fourth quarter. She's put together a couple of nice buckets, some good defensive plays, all while being in foul trouble. Her back against the wall at 4 personal here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you have to change up your game, and I don't know. I never played basketball. I did like pickup and intramural in high school and stuff like that. But if you got 4 fouls, your game has to change. But yet you don't want to get too far away from your game. Here's Robertson with the steal, goes in, misses. Conyers trying to get it. She does. 2:35. So I mean, you got to have like 2 different mindsets. Okay, I got 4 fouls. I got to be careful. But yet I got to play my game.
You can't stray away from what's gotten you to the point that you're at now in 10 seconds.
Yep.
We called here on the Jays. Bill, that last layup missed. We've seen a few of those on the Kalamazoo side that's really come back to bite them here in this game.
Well, one of the things I noticed that when the Hornets do see that and they do have a breakaway, they quickly look behind them and they see that the defender's right there. And I think don't focus on that. You know somebody's behind you. I say focus more on that basket. Try to make that basket. And if they touch you, you're going for the end one. Here's Robertson, long 3. That one hit the backboard. Delipi for the Blue Jays. We'll be talking to head coach Cameron Tucker at the conclusion of this game. Conyers was hot earlier with a couple threes back-to-back. Jayla White. I like that jab dribble. She went right of the block, and Hogan with another board. For Hogan, that's number 7. Robertson, they left her alone on the baseline. You might as well. I mean, she just went right around the defender, right of the block, and then went baseline in. Now it's 57-37, down to a 20-point lead. Here's Conyers. Fierce goes in, no call. Robertson. And she scoops that one in. She's got 13, quietly putting together a really, really good night. She's got 13 and 5 boards. Vanderstelt with 10. But my issue I'm having is I don't understand why the Blue Jays aren't chewing more time of this this shot clock.
I was going to say they've stuck more to what we've seen in the first 30 minutes, Bill, of running through their offense, not adjusting anything. And, yeah, with less than 2 minutes to play, that's where you need to be. Take as much time off that shot clock as humanly possible.
Agreed. Down to 5. Here's Conyers. They got to do something. Fierce for three. That one misses everything, and that's their first shot clock violation.
See, but almost in a weird way, that's okay.
Exactly.
Because of how much clock you took off. Obviously, under a minute to play, it's an 18-point game. That's not the concern, but it's more or less for future mindset, right? In conference play, when you're ahead by, say, 12 with 2 minutes to go.
Chew it up.
Implementing that mindset now establishes good habits down the road.
And take that shot clock violation, right, because you're up 20. It's not going to hurt anything. It hurts their time of possession.
Just play the clock. It comes down to a numbers game, really.
Absolutely. And that's one thing. Math was not my strong suit. Everything
you
else
and me
was
both.
fun. Oh, man. I'm telling you, I got my kids telling me how to do stuff, and I have to just tell them to stop. There's DeLepe. 20 on the shot clock, 32 on the game clock. Blue Jays going to move to 2-1 overall with a non-conference win. And historically, this is only the second time these two teams have played. They played last year in December on the 28th of December. And Blue Jays winning. That shot up, no good. They got to get this one up. They do, right at the buzzer. And that's Jayla White. And that should do it, folks. 59-39, a 20-point lead. Here's Hogan. She'll dish it off. There's a long three. That one didn't connect. And DeLepe, she'll just hold it. And that's going to do it. The Blue Jays win 59-39. They go to 2-1 overall. Historically now, they are 2-0 against the Hornets. Christian Bucata, what can you say? 19 points, 14 boards, another double-double, Andy. What a contest.
Yeah, she led this team, right? She is the driving force. Her and Klaczynski are that 1-2 punch, the dynamic duo, and respectfully, senior and junior combination that have both been immediate impact players for this program the minute they step foot on this campus, and that showed for Bucata here tonight. And Blue Jays able to get a good defensive victory. And you look at it, we talk about the numbers. Didn't shoot the ball out of this world. They didn't shoot incredibly well, but they did just enough to get the job done. And their defense is why they won by as much as they did.
Well, Andy, I tell you, the first time working with you, I hope I work with you more. I learned a lot. You're a great talent, and I really appreciate you coming in, Andy Yakum. And Bill Law, he'll be with us for Game 2 as MSOE takes the court. Men's action coming up next. I'm Bill Downing. We're going to have head coach Cameron Tucker in just 1 second. And we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking to Cameron Tucker next here on the CCIW Network.
Hi, my name is Krista Paunan. I'm the Program Director for the Doctorate of Nursing Practice here at Elmhurst University. Getting an advanced degree opens so many doors, whether that be in formal management roles, faculty, or being at the bedside leading projects to improve patient outcomes. Our DNP program is for students who are ready to become the bridge between the gap that can sometimes exist between research and practice. They will come to the table with a systems-based project that they will then work throughout their 7 semesters with us. Our program is a mixture of synchronous and asynchronous experiences. Students will work closely with your faculty and your cohort of students. These students will come from a variety of settings and bring with them different experiences. And then that will create a richer dialogue that you'll have during your synchronous time so you can really understand the concepts, apply them, and then see how you can then use them in your project to help your system advance. Our DNP program does have clinical that's weaved throughout the program. It begins in your first semester. And you start to work with not only your preceptor, but a faculty mentor and the faculty within your course. So you're provided support from all 3 resources as you navigate your journey. Our programs were created with the busy nurse in mind. The faculty at Elmhurst take a vested interest in your success. We are here to walk alongside you as you navigate this journey. We have a variety of experiences we can bring to the classroom and provide a true richness in our discussion and application of the concepts. And we want you to be successful. We want you to walk across that stage. Anyone who's thinking, is it the right time to go back to school? They may never have the right answer for that question. The good news is it's never the wrong time to invest in yourself. It's never the wrong time to take a leap, to do something that challenges you, that will help you grow.
Welcome back inside RA Fagano Hall. I'm Bill Downing, joined by head coach Cameron Tucker. And coach, first of all, congratulations, 2-1 on the season. A really, really complete game tonight against Kalamazoo.
Yeah, I was really happy with how we responded. Obviously, we had a pretty good game against Wash U this weekend, a top 25 team, and we really challenged the team to prepare the exact same way. And I think last year we had some letdowns. This year, that was not a letdown. The score was probably closer than what it really was. We kind of went deeper in the bench there in the fourth quarter, but our defense was really good. We held them under 40 points. We forced 22 turnovers. Second game in a row, we've had less than 10 turnovers ourselves. So even on an off shooting night like tonight, and that's why I tell our girls all the time, is defend, rebound, take care of it. If you can do those things, you can survive an off shooting night.
Well, they had 22 turnovers, and you guys converted and made 20 points off that. That is huge.
That helps.
It really does. You got Anna Klasinski again, and you've got Christian Bukata doing what they do, back-to-back double-doubles for Christian, 19 points, 14 boards. But I was very, very impressed with the players that came off the bench. Robinson, for sure. She is going to be something really special.
Yeah, honestly, we didn't quite know what we had when we got her. We liked her. She played on a team where she didn't touch the ball much in high school, so it was like, okay, what do we have here? And I think she did grow 2 or 3 inches before she got here. On move-in day, I was like, did you grow a little bit? She's like, I don't think so. I'm like, no, you definitely grew. So that was a pleasant surprise. And she's only going to get better. She's still got, freshman wide-eyed a little bit. And as she settles in, I think she's going to take off even further.
Yeah, I like your leadership you have on this team. And, I mean, they become really good mentors for these young players. And you can see it in their eyes. And I work here, the mid-shift, and I see you guys in the gym at 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, that right there tells me everything I need to know about this coach and this team. That's dedication. You get out of bed, your guys were grinding too. You're not just standing around.
Yeah.
And these ladies have bought into this program that you have brought here, and you can see it. It really has converted to great play.
Well, I think last year we might have been a little bit more talented, but this year we're much more bought in. And that was one thing as a staff. We're like, we just got to have people that are all in. We can't have half in, half out. And the players, they're doing everything we ask. We're making adjustments much better during the game. I feel like I can coach this group a little bit harder. So all around, we're pleasantly surprised. Now, it's a long season. The competition's only going to get harder and harder. We got Manchester, who is going to be coming right at us on Tuesday. We'd love to have more fans here for that game. Love that we had such a good turnout tonight. But, I'm hoping we got something here this year. It's going to tell a little bit, but liking what we're seeing so far.
Yeah, the CCIW definitely has to be looking over their shoulder saying, wow, Elmhurst, you can't take us lightly anymore. This is a squad that they'll battle.
Yeah.
Whistle to whistle.
I don't know how it happened, but we got voted 3rd in the preseason poll. So we've got some respect right now from the coaches in the league. I don't know if they knew who we had back or not, but I think they know that we've got things rolling in the right direction here.
Well, Coach, all I can say is congratulations. This is historically, you're now 2-0 against them. You played them last year right around Christmas time, and now you beat them again. And then you got Manchester coming up on Tuesday. Go enjoy this victory.
Thank you.
And congratulate the ladies from us. Well, what a heck of a game.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, that's head coach Cameron Tucker with the Blue Jays winning tonight and moving to 2-1 on the season. We're going to take a break. Coming up next, men's basketball action. It's the Raiders from the I'll get that right, the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Can't believe I did that. We'll take on your Elmhurst University Blue Jays coming up in about 20 minutes. So we're going to send it away. When we come back, men's basketball action right here on the CCIW Network. Blue Jays win Game 1 of our doubleheader, 59-39. We'll see you in a few.